I guess on my hair, she look all right. And with that actually sitting there like this creams, and I had to have them, sis. All 5 of them. Here, I just had, we're gonna discontinue it, but I had to pick up their book of shadows, honey. Color grade makes cheap fan, expensive breeze, good times. Wow, so serious. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Torrence here, and in today's video we are doing my Halloween tutorial. I know normally I like to do 7 looks in 7 days, but you all know earlier this year I injured my leg and ankle, so under doctor restrictions I've been told not to try to attempt to do that many videos that fast. He said I'm going to overwork myself. I've already been doing 3 videos, and I'm like, Halloween is my favorite, honey. I got to disappoint my subscribers. So I figured if I'm gonna have to take some time off and I can only do 1 look for at least 3-4 years, I've been wanting to recreate this look. The main inspiration from this look came from a picture right here. This is from a YouTuber and Instagrammer named Halbert. He is absolutely amazing with the talent. I'm not gonna lie and say I still watch his channel the way I used to. It's just that from the day I saw that very first picture, it made me want to smash up photos of that look plus pictures of him and bring the two together. And that's how I got my little sexy demon look. It has me, you know, with the red skin underneath. I do have everything contoured and all that because I figured if through the night flowers and stuff start falling off, baby, I still wanted my bright under eyes. I still wanted my sharp cheekbones. I wanted my highlighter. But baby, when the eyes close and with flowers like this, honey, it make you want to go ahead and step into the garden, honey. But if you want to know how I achieved this look, just make sure you continue to watch. But please, please, please make sure you all give this video a thumbs up, share with your family and friends, because it's the only tutorial I'm going to be able to do this year. But I promise y'all, next year, I got y'all 7 looks for 7 days. But with no further ado, let's go ahead and get into this tutorial. Honey, I already know. I haven't posted all week. I've been following my doctors and my physical therapist's instructions by staying in the bed, doing things they say. Honestly, it has been working. But I missed y'all, and I'm like, you know what? We can't give them a video for every day of the week like we wanted to. We can't even go out and turn up for Halloween like we wanted to. But if we split this up across the week and set everything up, we can just do 1 quick recording. We ain't got to get up from the chair. We're going to do everything right here. That way, the foot can rest, baby. I'm not sure if things going to turn out right, but we're going to try our best. As you can see, baby, taking up major real estate. I done had a terrible acne breakout. Like, it was one here, it was one here, one here. This looks like one, but I promise you, it's 3 that are so close together, they look like one. I was gonna pop it, just keep it going, but I'm like, Torrence, it doesn't make sense to pop it so you can risk an acne breakout, an acne scar, and then you're gonna go ahead and put makeup on top of it. No, leave it alone, keep going. But I wanted to bring y'all 1 tutorial, and I promise y'all, I do not know how things gonna turn out because I've never even attempted this look before. So we're gonna have y'all with me that way. If it look bad now, I know how we can improve for it for Halloween. But let's get into things. First thing first, I already have face primer on. I'm gonna always leave all tools and products used in the description bar below. But for primer, I'm wearing 2. I have my Becca Evermatte and my T-zone right here on the sides of the nose because that's where I get the oiliest. And I'm putting this on top simply because I know I've worn this for years. I know it's not gonna cause an acne breakout. I know it's long wearing with my foundations and things. And because I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do this, we need some type of security. First thing is, before we go in with our face, I honestly think it'll be easier for you if you prep your flowers ahead of time. That way you're not running around trying to set everything up right here and you have to wait, especially if you decide to use glue. I personally decided to use staples to put mine together because I had a little cheap stapler. Use what works for you. But basically what I did was went to the dollar store and I got 2 types of flowers. I only got 1 bundle of each. This first one was a 6-piece rose bouquet. You see I snatched off 5 of them. I left 1 here just so you can see what they come like. It's just a cheap plastic rose from the dollar store. This other one is baby breath. I figured if I need them, I'll use these, but we haven't used or pulled any of these off yet because I'm not sure. But what I did was just disassemble it. You pull the whole rosebud off, then you pull this off, everything slides straight off. And what you're gonna have is many segments. You're gonna have the one of the leaf, or at least with mine it had this little leaf here. And then with the rose petals, it came with a small, medium, and large piece. Large piece with the 3 rose petals, a medium with 3 petals. I want to show you how that large fits right behind it where you can see it. And then the small one, it had 6 petals here, but they were smaller pieces and they can all be folded up into that little rose shape. What I did was just cut it with a pair of scissors. It's a small hole there, and I just cut it from that center hole down to the edge here. And then I just folded everything over just like this, one on top of the other. And then took a staple, bam, clamped it here. And then I took another one on this side, folded over, bam, stapled it there. And I took one right here, and I wanted to show you what it looks like in the beginning. Looks like this. And this is what one looks like after I've stapled the pieces together. And I want to see if you can get a close-up view of that so you can see exactly where the staples are, so it holds that together. So instead of being 3 separate petals, it now looks like one just big half rose. And so I just took them all, stacked them up on top of one another, and I didn't stack them up. I put them on a raggedy sheet tray because I knew I was going to use glitter. I'll make sure I leave a picture of that right here above. And make sure you use something you can afford to get messy, something you do not want to cook with. After taking apart the rose and looking at the different types I had, I realized I have 4 different pieces, 1 leaf, and then 3 different petal shapes. And I had 4 Fenty Beauty loose highlighters. So I decided to coat each one with a different color. The leaf, because it was green, I went in with my most yellow color here, Trophy Wife. Made sure I coated those with that. And I used just a little bit of lash glue. I took my Duo lash glue, just poured it out, brushed it on the top. I wasn't worried about being perfect or anything. Left them on the sheet tray and just sprinkled it across, knocked them together, and then put them inside Ziploc bags because I wanted to minimize as much fly away as possible. I am telling you, if I ever recreate this look again, we're not bringing glitter or no glitter, no shimmer, no nothing. It's way too much in the air, way too much to clean up. But for y'all, I wanted to be pretty. I also wanted to try to be true to the original look, but also put my spin on it. And because Thomas put, shimmer on his, I wanted to go ahead and do the same. For the largest petals here, I used the darkest shade, which is Copper Chill. I put those on the big ones here. On the medium ones, I went in with a little lighter color, the color that I normally use, 24 Cray. That's about a neutral gold, neutral to warm gold. And then for the smallest ones, I took and I just cut these in half so it looked like 2 3-piece roses instead of 1 6-piece. That's what mine looks like. And I just stapled them one on top of the other. And I put the lighter shade, Rose on Ice, which is a nice pink shade, on top of those. I have those right here to the side. And once again, I put them inside of Ziploc bags because I did not want to get any shimmer or anything all over the place. So I just have different size pieces and they have shimmer on them. And I'll just be able to stack them together later on as need be. But I did go ahead and take 2 of them and create 2 half-size roses just so that they are already pre-assembled and they are just stapled together. Honestly, I wish I would have done more just like that, but I wanted to have those pieces necessary that I could use to fill in. I didn't want to have just a bunch of big pieces and nothing left over. So I just have 2 of the larger ones that I could use around the eyebrow area and just use smaller flowers to nip and tuck in between. So now that we have those to the side, it's time to go ahead and get some of these brushes messed up because baby, the one part I've been worried about is what brushes is you gonna use because baby, getting red pigment out of stuff. But I love y'all, so let's go ahead and get into it. First off, for foundation and concealer, baby, I am finally going to pull out this year because I couldn't get it last year. My Makeup Forever, this is the Flash Color Palette. Cream color palette, honey. One of the best on the market. And this one is still waiting nice and fresh for me. Because I don't want to risk double dipping, I'm going to pull some of these items to the side. And we're just going to put some of these on my Sephora collection tray. Normally I would use my MAC one, but because this one is a little bit larger, it'll give me more time and more room to mix things. But I will be using my MAC double-ended spatula to scoop stuff out. And I'm telling y'all, I know this could possibly stain this shirt later. I just want to try to minimize that if I possibly can. I doubt if it's going to do that for me. But I'm going to take just cheap dollar store microfiber cloth. And we're going to tuck her in between our shirt for now. We are definitely going to remove it, but I just want to try to keep that black collar clean for now because since we are going to be doing a red look, I will be painting down below the neckline. But we just going to put this here for now just to make sure once we start painting, that can potentially absorb into the towel instead of on the actual shirt. I'm trying my best not to blind you all, but we're going to start things off by adding some of the red and white cream onto a tray. I don't want to risk double dipping into the palette itself, so anytime we need some extra, I'll make sure I use that spatula and put some here first. And because I don't feel like using my finger, I'm going to use this NYX silicone glitter applicator, and we're going to use that to just paint it all over the face. We're going to blend it out later with a brush. I just don't want to get this color directly on my fingers. And I'm quite sure this stuff is nice and pigmented. But I'm telling you, I am going for a true primary red. I want to be covered. And you're just going to take this, add as much as you need, and blend it out. I'm personally going to be using the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, but use whatever you like. And I personally think it's best if you avoid the eye area because we're going to cover that anyway. So to go in and add this color now may just seem like extra time and work. We're going to cover everything else and I'll be right back after I blend this out. Baby, and we got to pull this back because I got to get these ears and get as close to that hairline as possible. Get all the way blended up into that hairline. You do not want your real complexion to peek through. Make sure you look up and try to get all in between the nostrils. Any exposed skin you want to have covered. All the way down past the neckline. Because hunty, this is definitely going to smudge and smear. Honey, can I explain to you, I ain't never been so excited and so scared in my life because this red, it goes on looking a little sheer and everything at first. But baby, as it warms up on the skin, it starts to create much more of a glow instead of being just completely flat, matte looking. And that cover starts to build up, baby. I might look sunburned tomorrow, but you know what? We ain't gonna worry about it today. Next step, let me put this brush to the side because baby, I do not want to get him stained with anything else. And simply because she here, we're gonna wipe this off right here now. Ain't no point in having this red spatula sitting right here. I bump into her or anything else, it's gonna be nothing but an accident. And because those two colors gonna merge together anyway, we're gonna use the same silicone applicator. Baby, you know I want to highlight. I want to highlight. If I'm gonna be a little sexy demon, honey, you know I got to be blended for the gods. And I ain't got time to play. I want to blend out with white. I want a strong, bold, I am here, I am queer type of glow. Baby, so just like we would with normal colors, and you can see this white is starting to turn pink as you start the blender. So we're gonna go in and mix that out first, and if we wanna take it even further, we can go ahead and do that. And because I'm using cheaper items today, honey, I couldn't afford to get a $20 beauty blender messed up with this red. We poured out our beauty bakery sponge, honey, because they 6 for $20. So I'm like, yeah, sis. And she pink, so I ain't gonna mind her getting red. Spray her with a little Evian water. We was having a little cheap day, but I love my Evian water every day. All right, let me set this down so I can get focused. Grab me a mirror, sis. All righty, and we're going to blend. I seriously need this to give me a beaming highlight, sis. I'm liking the fact that she lightened up, but I don't know if she's giving me the coverage that I want to be an Instagram model. Yeah, sis, look at me. It feels weird doing this in colors that's not, you know, natural tones. Like, baby, I've never done a red look before on myself or on anybody. So this is like, ooh. Okay, and I'm trying to soften and diffuse them lines, honey. We don't want harsh lines, even for a dramatic look. I want it to go from that red on the outside, and it looked like I just picked up a bunch of my red off the outer perimeter with this sponge, baby. Look at that. Oh no, ma'am. So we got to go back in and pick that up. Toward the tip, she was good. So yeah, that's probably why I kept saying I wasn't getting the coverage I wanted. She was lifting at first before she started spreading and blending. Oh, we lift that all the way up, yep. Okay, and I need to add just a little bit more of that back. So I'm gonna grab some more of this. Baby, when I say I want a bright under eye, I mean that. Bring this all the way up because I need these cheekbones lifted. So I guess just gonna use what's still on the brush and just try to blend from the outside, just stepping it back into place. All right, you guys, now that we have our base down, I got to find something to make sure this lasts all day. Only thing I know that's gonna get it for sure is some midnight powders, and I've been sitting back looking like I know I could possibly get this colorless on the outer ends, but I really am enjoying this bright color right here, so I think we're gonna be extra and do it. I think for the center of the face, just to be a little extra, we're gonna use the rose petal. This has a nice pink hue to it, and I think that's gonna help lighten and brighten the center of the face. Then for the outer edges, we're gonna go in with the colorless powder. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, we're gonna start with that under eye, because you know that's where I crease the most. Make sure we blend her out. Real Technique brush. I'm gonna hit all of my normal highlighted areas. Okay, now that I've already done the other side, I'm now doing the highlighted areas in the center of the face, doing the chin. Anywhere we put that white, we're gonna go in with this brush and just make sure we coat our face, honey, because I need this to last and not move. So now that you all see we have our highlighted areas done, what I'm gonna do is cut away, use my colorless powder with the larger brush, and I'm gonna bake the rest of the face. Everything that has product on it needs to be set. While I give everything time to bake, honey, because as you can see, we got plenty of powder going on, I wanna go in and get started on the eyes. Because I'm going to be using black eyeshadow, I'd rather do it while I have baking powder underneath the eyes, so that way if I get any fallout, it's not going to completely overtake the look. Basically, we just want to get this whole eye area right here as black as possible. We're going to cover the complete eyelid as well as part of the under eyelid area with black. I'm going to go all the way up to the eyebrow and just basically encircle everything. And because I know what is going to last the longest, as an eyeliner, I'm personally going to be using the, where she go? I know she was here earlier. There she go. My Inglot gel liner in the color 77. This is their black. She don't play, honey. She does not play. Whatever brush you plan on using her with, I hope you plan on washing her more than once to get all the black out. I'm just letting you know. You go in with your favorite little soft synthetic white brush, she's gonna be great when you get through. Find something that you don't mind getting stained, because she is a trooper. And because I just know she's affordable, I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush. We're just gonna get her straight in there. Actually, no, we're gonna do the same like we've been doing everything else to help prevent me from double dipping. And like the rest of our products, I'm just gonna put some on a tray here. We're gonna use our brush and scoop this up. I'm personally just using a large fluffy brush just because I know it'll cover a large area really quickly. But she's a really affordable brush, so when it comes time to washing her, I ain't gonna be scared to use no elbow grease with her. Let me set that down and grab me a mirror, make sure we got some precision going, and we just gonna, baby, look at that eyeliner. I'm telling you, Inglot does not play. When I tell you this is gonna be dark enough on its own that you're not gonna need no help, and I'm gonna just go ahead and cover the brows as well. Why not? Baby. Like, look at the color and pigmentation on that, sis. Hoo-wee. And now I'm gonna try to be as careful as possible, but you can only do that so much. Because I don't want to use no other brushes. We're going to use this to smudge it underneath the eye. If it comes out a little further than what I want, oh well. Now we're just going to connect it on the outside here. Whatever shape that gives me when I do that full roundedness, that's what we're going to have. Alright, let's just see what we can do right here in the inner corner just to smooth that one area out. And that's what she's gonna be. We're just gonna do that on both sides. And just because I already have her right here with me, I wasn't sure if I was gonna need this red or not, but what I do need is this black. We're gonna take this black from ABH. This is a single, and this is called, let me get it out without breaking anything. Noir. Gonna use that to set our black eyeliner. And I'm just going directly over it and just pressing it in place. You're just going to swipe across the shadow, pick up as much product as you can, and just pat this black in place to mattify and set everything. Truth be told, this side may even be coming up a little blacker just because it has that one even tone, but because this side is so dry, because it has that black shadow on top, it's going to look even darker once I put everything else around it. So I'll be right back after I do this on the other side. Now that both eyes are set with eyeshadow, we want to go in and wear our black eyeliner. My favorite is the Perversion eyeliner from Urban Decay. So I'm going to use this on my lower lash line because I can see where it still looks sort of white there. Well, not necessarily white, but it looks flesh tone. And compared to this black outer line, it's really giving off. So I'm like, no, honey, we got to cover that. So use whatever black eyeliner you want and go ahead and fill that in. Now it's time to go in and remove the baking powder. I like to remove it in the reversal order that I put it in. So because I did the face last, I'm going to remove that first. And I'm going to start down here, the lower part of the neck. And you can see I brushed all the way down and set everything past where the shirt is going to end because I want that red complexion to peek through. I want to move rather softly because we don't want to try to lift any product. And I really think by adding that petal pink color, it helped give me just a little boost of pink to the center of the face to make my highlight and contour stand out a little bit more, baby. When you're removing this powder underneath the face, you want to try to start rather low and do the parts right close to the under eye last, because if you get any black kick up, it may darken up what you've already taken your time to help brighten. Alrighty, she ain't giving everything that I'm hoping for yet, but that's because we ain't went in the highlighter and contour, and I'm sitting back thinking like Torrence. I don't have no highlight and contour set for no demon. I don't know, but you know what? We tried to find something. We like, you know what? We're going to use our same tools. We just got to find some eyeshadow colors that'll do the trick for us. Guess what we found? The Warrior 2 by Juvia's Place, honey. She looked like a ginormous contour kit. And with red shades like this, baby, if you think I ain't about to test her out to see if she gonna work, you got another thing coming, so let's find out. First off, just to get me a contour going, we're gonna try to see what this shade here, Jamada, is like. She's a nice red shade, and if she don't give me everything I need, we're gonna go in and deepen her up a little bit with this shade here, Walzana. So let's go ahead and get that going first. And I want to knock off as much of this as possible because, baby, you know Juvia's Place is pigmented, honey. I want to go in and act like I'm contouring on any other day and see if we can get snatched. I'm not sure how this is going to turn out, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I've never done this before, but what I do know is I'm going to be a sexy demon. I'm going to need me a little structure to this face. We ain't going to be able to go in with just no natural, normal beat. And honey, I ain't going to lie to y'all. It is taking a little longer to blend this out because I'm trying my hardest not to get no sharp lines. But you can see we starting to get a little more structure with this nose, sis. She ain't the world's greatest nose job, but we going to get her there. Y'all know I like to add dimension right here to my Cupid's bow because she just sitting there highlighted. But she ain't got no structure to her either. Alrighty, I'm looking. You can see she ain't quite as blended as I could normally get her, but she giving more depth and dimension to the lips and to the face, honey. Alrighty, what's next? We got to get this jaw and stuff snatched. She got to come through, sis. And we're gonna use that same Jamada shade in the Real Technique sculpting brush. We're just gonna dip it in just like she was any other face powder, sis. Something told me this was gonna work, but honey, I didn't know I was gonna get results like this. And I'm scared that I just put a ton down right there. But this is how I would normally do any other contour. I'm the type who likes to go in, add it first, and then buff it out later. And because y'all know I got a big 5 head, I always contour that 5 head, honey. Always, always. And I'm trying to do more of a pressing motion to help make sure I minimize lifting of any product. And now we're gonna go in and sculpt out these cheekbones. Chin, because she was done too strong with the highlight, but I really like to bring it forward and then shrink her back down, honey. Go around the top there to help minimize the look of it. Oh yeah, see? Now this jawline, this double chin line, that's what I need to be calling her. She used to be a jawline. Because we want to try to lift the forehead, we got to make, not the forehead, the whole face, we got to get that structure right here. We got to bring all of that in and back. Everything to come looking lifted and angular. So got to make sure we hit that outer perimeter of our face. Then just to give me a little more depth and slender down the neck, we're going to contour around the edges of the neck just to make him look a little bit darker than the rest of the head. And you know what? I'm going to bring this forehead down and in just a little bit. She gives me just a little too much glow right here in the center. Gonna shrink and bring all of that down just a tiny bit. Go around that whole perimeter. Feel as if it'll shrink the forehead and make that highlight in the center of the face look that much better. Oh yeah, see, that's what I needed. I'm like, I'm not getting the lift that I want from the cheeks, and that's because the forehead was doing too much. For blush, I wanted something shimmery, something pink. I thought I was going to use something red tone, but then I'm like, you know what? The skin being red is enough. So we're going to go in with Dolce Pink by Milani right here, and we're just going to use that to bring a nice soft glow to the skin. This has a golden hue to it. And I know I've used it before, but I don't remember exactly what this blush looks like. So we may have to go in with something else. Yeah, she's not giving me what I hoped for. Where's the glowy pinkness? And she's not really giving me the pink color I wanted. What I was hoping for was for this to actually add just a nice glowy sheen to the skin. And truth be told, she doing that. It would have been nicer if she was a little more pigmented, but you know what? We'll take her. And because I feel as if my skin is going to come off looking a little matte and a little flat, I tend to like a little glow to the skin. I'm sorry I can't speak for nobody else, but I just want to see what this looks like. This is the Laura Mercier, I believe this is the Translucent Glow Powder. I only have a sample of it, so I'm not sure exactly what she's going to look like on the skin. The thing is, I've been wanting to test this out before I went ahead and see if I want to get it in honey. But I'm not even sure if they came out with this powder in honey. It's just in person, this powder looks completely matte flat, honey. And so just to see what she's going to look like, we're going to tap a little bit of this into this brush, and I'm going to swirl it all the way through. This is the Bare Minerals Blooming Blush Brush. You can use any angled natural hair buffing brush that you want. And what I want to do is just see if this is going to create a slight glow on the skin. You see. And that's exactly what it's doing, honey. I love a glowy finishing powder all over the face, just so things don't look completely dry and flat. I know when we were baking, we wanted that look because I wanted to make sure everything was going to last. But honey, once I had all of this, I need my glow to come through. So we're going to use this translucent glow powder. Just pick some up on this brush and just sweep this around the outer perimeters where we have the red at, and just buff that all the way into the skin. Actually, we could go right over everything. And just to be a little extra, I know we just buffed that finishing powder all over the face to give us a glow, but I have the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder in shade number 1 in a sample as well. This is a color I always figured would be way too light for my complexion, but for this, we just gonna try to dip the very edge of the brush like this into that powder and buff that around, knock some of that off, and then use that right there in the highlighted areas. Because she has that white color to her, she's gonna really brighten that area. You can see what she looked like on this side compared to that side. Let me see if we get this in that cheek area one more time. And you can see how much brighter that looks. And I'm like, honey, I'm going for the supernatural glow. I'm gonna have these black eyes, honey. I'm gonna need the cheek area to bounce with radiance. And we're just gonna layer that on top of all of our highlighted areas. See, that's what I'm talking about. Decided to double check to see if I was recording, realized I wasn't. Good thing is, the only thing I've done off camera was put on highlighter. I put on MAC Show Gold because I believe it really is a nice color. You can see that it is giving me a glow to the cheek, but she not giving me that beaming, I notice you right there color. I need something a little bit more for this look here. So we're gonna go in with our KVD Alchemist palette, and I want to use the shade Opal. It is a nice pink hue to it, and I keep it in this palette here. She's a nice dual chrome topper or holographic topper, and I'm gonna use that right above all the areas that I've already placed highlighter. I gotta find me a brush, honey, because I'm like, I need something that is going to be, I see you there, I'm standing out above the crowd pink. This little soft, gentle, she pretty there. I think on a natural tone, she would have did it, but here, she's not giving me fluorescent, I can see you pink. Okay, that's what I'm talking about, sis. This right here, look at that. Oop, you see how that's coming out pink, sis? This is what we need. Pink. So now when I turn my cheek, I get an actual beam, sis. I can see that. Layer this up across the cheek a little bit more. You know what? That's what we're gonna go ahead and do. Take our blush brush and dip it in there as well. And coat the cheek in that pink. Oh yeah, that's glowy. That's showy. I always like to highlight my Cupid's bow before I go in and do my lips. So now I'm going to take my favorite eyeliner, the Perversion by Urban Decay. We use it on the lower lash line, and we're going to use it to trace the outline of our lips, and then we're going to fill it in with Ruby Woo. That was the same shade I believe Thomas Halbert used in his original video, but we going all out, and I wanted to do a little bit more than just a basic red lip. And take your time, honey. This is black, and she's not going to be forgiven as a brown. Alrighty, now that we got the eyeliner on, I want to slightly buff out those edges because I do not want sharp lines, honey. So before this dries, we just want to go in and just use the lens. Don't tell you I have to go back in and add another layer just to get our precision back, but that'll be alright. And just before we go in and fill in, I want to go back and just add a little more precision to those edges that may have been softened from jet black to soft black. And now it's time to go in with Ruby Woo. Because this is my personal bullet, I'm just gonna go straight in, honey. I can always clean her off later. And I tell you, Ruby Woo is a dry lipstick. Honey, I know they call her matte, but she's a retro matte, meaning she's an old school matte. So what I like to do is start right there near the center, try to fill that up, and then just try to blend her out to the edge. And see, that's what she looks like without even blending her out. You see she's real close, but got to go up, take her out there. Whenever I can, and see, just because I know my red has started to pick up some black pigment, gonna wipe her off on the back of my hand. And once she gets a little more of that true red back, go back in and highlight. Okay, honey, I think we got everything going for the face so far. Now we gotta finish off the eyes. I'm telling you, I got lipstick smeared all over the place. I'm trying to go ahead and touch this up, but I cannot wait for us to get to the next step. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now that it's time to go ahead and glue on the flowers, I must admit, although I used the brush on adhesive one to go ahead and get everything going, I truly believe their regular quick set one has a better, stronger hold. So this is the one we're gonna use for our head today. What I want to do first is go in and trace out an outline just to give me a small perimeter of exactly where I want to put things so I don't forget. Just because I think she's light enough, we're going to use this Sephora one that I have here. It's called Blonde Ambition. And what I want to do is trace outside right above where my eyebrows are. Just give me a small little area to make sure I know where to keep things. And then we're going to take that same design around the bottom. Okay, I'm hoping you can see that outline that I created. This is where we're going to put all our leaves and things. We want to be close enough to cover that black, but not so far out where we have to worry about things being, you know, all the way down here on the lips and everything. But I'm going to start them off with the two biggest pieces we have here. I'm telling y'all, next time I do this, baby, I don't want to see nan piece of sprinkle, sparkle, glitter, any of that. But she is looking cute right here. These are more than likely going to be the pieces that I'm going to have right here above the head. So let's go ahead first, get our Duo Lash Glue. And baby, yeah, just picking her up, I got sparkle everywhere. First, I'm just going to take my Duo Lash Glue and we're going to just spread her right over that line. You want to try to get this, oh baby, and I am upset because this has created a double dip situation that I didn't realize. So now I know I can't use this on anything else because one, it got that red pigment on it. And I forget, Thomas did wipe that stuff off because he used regular colored flesh tone makeup. Oh well, this gonna be a Halloween special tube now. I ain't gonna be able to use this on nobody else. We're gonna act like we laying down a wig, honey. You could do more than one layer of glue. And because my nose gets extremely oily, we gonna pile the glue on the nose area. Just in case those oils try to break free and break through. And we're gonna leave this a few more seconds. I can see it's starting to turn blue. I think it turns blue and then clear to let you know that she's drying down. But baby, I want a nice thick layer. I want to make sure whatever I put down on top of it don't go nowhere. And I just thought about it. I had nitrile gloves sitting right here. We can put these on before we start digging into all this. Because baby, once I get them sparkles on my hand, it's going to be trouble. I'm telling y'all, y'all lucky I love y'all. Because doing this tutorial here, hooey. And just because I'm really worried, because I'm telling y'all, these pieces are the largest pieces, and because they're going right above the eye, I really need to make sure they're going to stick, so I'm putting another layer of glue. I know. I'm just really nervous. I've never done this look, and I am scared. And I just thought about it. Before I go in with my large flower sets, I'm going to go in with one of just my large rosette sets. Remember, my petals came in large, medium, and small. So what I want to do first is go in with one of these larger ones first and put that down. That way, it'll let me see how much more space I may have or will need for those other pieces. And I'm going to put the center piece in first. We'll lift these petals up. Ooh, she's sticking, y'all. She's coming down a little far on one side, but you know what? We ain't going to worry about that. While she's sticking, we're going to grab these other ones that we built. They stapled on top of one another. And I want this to come around the outer edge right here. Ah, she looks beautiful, honey. I am too geeked, honey. This glue is sticking and holding, sis. And you see how I took one of those feathers, the leaves, and stapled her up. but she's low enough behind here where you can have those petals hide her. So we're gonna get this on this side. And this is why I didn't care about what my brows look like, because I wanted these to come through. Oh, sis. Oh, this lash glue is holding together. And although I thought that sparkliness was going to mess it up because they don't look all even, baby, she is giving. Oh my goodness. Okay, Torrence, let's get some more of these larger pieces. I'm going to put that. Actually, I want to try to get one of these larger ones right here first. Oh, sis. I'm laying it flat because I am in love. I done did all that nose contour. You're not even going to be able to see her. Okay, I got 2 more of these large pieces. Let's get those on. Let's get one right here. I want to, oh, girl. Do not rip your face like I just did. I want to get that up closer because I want to cover up all of that black. Ah. Sis, look at that. And see, look, my camera done lost focus, baby. Yes, focus on me. Oh. I'm not through. Oh my goodness, y'all. Where's my medium pieces? Let me get some of these. Oh my goodness. I got 2 medium pieces. I got to figure out where I'm gonna put those. I gotta get me some more glue. We need some of this glue right here. Cover that up. Baby, this has turned out way prettier than what I thought it would. Oh my goodness. Where else do I want? I'm gonna stack some on top of the roses, so I need to go back in and put a little more glue down here. Because we gotta get this time to dry. Oh my sweet goodness, y'all. I did not expect this to be this pretty. And you see I got staples right there in the center. So we got to go in and we got to cover those up. I can't let you see them staples that I had right there. Okay, this is a medium. We're gonna put her. I need you to flutter up toward the center like this. Come up. Oh, y'all don't understand how pretty I think this is. And I'm trying to fight with this to make sure. Sis. Baby, we gonna fold these petals to make sure. Ooh, she done fell off. So you gotta be gentle with your flowers. Because a rose is still a rose, honey. Okay, yeah, so we can have her come down like that. Look at this. Oh my goodness. You guys, I am just, oh, I got some smaller pieces here. Let me get those going. This small one, I'm gonna put right there in the center to cover those staples that I had at the top. And look how much more depth and dimension she has, sis. And look, if I close my eyes, you can't even tell. Sis, look at that. And just because I want a little more flare on this side here. And I completely forgot, I still got one more leaf left, so let's go ahead and get her going somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where we're gonna put her. Can we get her on the nose somewhere? You know what, we're gonna try. Gotta put some glue. Actually, we don't even have to try that there. Just because I know I got this huge zit right here, baby. She gonna catch it. Put a little glue right there. I know somebody gonna be in the comments like, baby, why would you put glue on top of an acne spot? Ooh, that burp just came right up. And honey, trust me, I'm gonna be on my skincare. We gonna get her tonight, but she gotta go now. Bloop, bloop. Look at that. Betty boop boop beedo. Look at this, sis. I'm telling you, the only thing I wish I could do is find a way to route these petals down. Actually, that's what we can do. All the petals that are blocking my view, I'm I'm gonna take and glue down. So we gotta add a little more glue right here. Just bring and press you in place so that way you don't thoroughly block my vision. And that's the thing, you got to sit here and hold this in place, sis, because she do not want to just stay right there. Hunty, hunty, hunty. Look at how pretty she is. I think the only thing I want to do is, just because I have these little tiny baby breaths here, I'm going to take one little flower piece off. Let me see. Try to do her like a Marilyn Monroe beauty mark, honey. See if I can double stack these two. Hopefully it holds on. Okay, yeah, it said don't get greedy, sis. And I figured by adding a little bit of glue on top, I could potentially go in and add a little highlighter to those as well. Yeah, honey, I didn't have time to wait for these to dry. I'm just gonna take my Real Technique setting brush, that same shade Opal with that nice pink duochrome tuber. Just press it right on top, sis. We're not even gonna wait for it. Boom, boom, yes. Oh, look, and it almost looked like it's white in the center because it done picked up so much of that powder from that glue. Oh, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. Now, y'all already know I need this stuff to last all day. So I'm grabbing my setting spray, my Urban Decay All Nighter, honey. We got to spray this. I need everything to sit in place, but I need to do light layers because I do not want nothing to become so wet and drenched that she decides she want to come off. Hopefully spraying, I'm trying to get to every part. I want some of them flowers to get sprayed so that highlighter gets foiled. I want that makeup to become one. I want this neck to be set. Baby, we're going for it all. Oh, almost forget, honey. Cheap fan, expensive breeze, good times. I'm going to give this a few more seconds to dry and I'll be back to show you all the final look. And this is the final look. Want to go ahead, give you all a full face view of things before I give you all my final thoughts. And I'm telling you, honey, look at this. I did not expect this to turn out this pretty, honey. I'm not gonna lie. I done probably permanently stained a few brushes. Parts of my house got loose highlighter all over the place. But when I sit back and I look at how beautiful this is, sis, I'm talking about how big and over the top the roses are. How pretty these small ones are. It's like, oh my goodness. And that yellow highlighter really pops against the green leaves. It's like, I already know people are going to be asking me, am I wearing this on Halloween? And I'm telling you, I can't promise them nothing because I'm not even sure if I'm going to be up and out that day. But I wanted to make sure that I got this look out for you all. I'm telling y'all, y'all have to please do me a favor and tag Thomas Halbert in this look. I'm not going to lie to y'all, it's been quite a while since I watched this channel. I don't watch too many other YouTubers now simply because I don't want to watch other content that's similar to mine and get too much inspiration or feel as if I'm just copying others. But this is a look that I've been wanting to recreate since the first time I saw him do it. I think he's only done it that one time, but for years it's just been on my mind. And when I look at it, it's like, honey, I finally pulled her off. And she is absolutely beautiful. So I hope you all truly did enjoy this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Also leave me a comment down below letting me know what you plan on doing for Halloween. I had plans on doing the look every day this week, but I couldn't, and I had to make sure I got this one look out on Saturday. This video will be a live tutorial, so I hope you all will be able to watch me do it. But I'm telling you, I cannot wait to hurry up and turn this camera off and send pictures to my family and friends, because everybody's going to be looking like, oh yeah, you did that. But with nothing else, I hope you all remember to practice, continue to stay blessed, and until next time, goodbye, YouTube. Oh, and I don't know how I forgot that one part. Off camera, honey, you see I did go in and put a clear lip gloss on. Where is she? This is just a plain matte clear lip gloss. Once I got through and sprayed everything, I'm like, okay, honey, she supposed to be a sexy diva, but she ain't sexy enough to me, honey, because them lips looking all, you know, dry and stuff. I wouldn't want no head from her, honey. You got to gloss her up. But now that I got her on there, like, yes, honey. Yeah, that's what you call DSLs. Look at that black red ombre. She nice, she's glossy, she's beautiful. And even though Ruby Woo is a red that usually takes over, you see this black perversion in that gloss is honestly giving you more life than that red. But I'm about to hurry up and send my mama pictures of this. Alright, so now I'm going to finally end this video. I've been ranting long enough. So for real this time, with nothing else, I hope you all remember to practice, continue to stay blessed, and until next time, goodbye, YouTube.